Yo guys, this is Orbit here, TGN. Today I reached 200 skill points, which is a crazy good milestone for myself. If you're kind of below 100, then everyone, you want to get to that 100. Then you know 150, and then like for a while now mine's been 200. So I reached that today. So I'm gonna kind of take a back burner off the skill points because I've literally just been rinsing skill points, rinsing feats lately. Anything that there's a feat at the end, I'm there doing it until it's done. So I reached 200 today, and what I wanted to do is kind of compare my stats when I had 100, or well, if I was to have 100 skill points, to my stats now when I've got 200 skill points, to kind of see what the difference between the two. And in this video, you're going to see that. So things you need to know: this is a DPS spec. I've got full DPS gear, combat rating 114. All of my skill points were aiming towards get as much might and precision as I possibly could. Anything else was kind of me getting to the might and precision. And yeah, obviously I'm wearing the same gear in both sets of stats, and I'm unbuffed. So let's go through the stat improvements. So the health, my health went up plus 63. Not a big change there. That's only kind of like one hit and that's gone, so that's not a big difference. Power had 189 plus 189 power. Now what I was doing is, you've got to spend a certain amount of skill points to get the weapon mastery in each skill tree, and after I'd got all of the damage ones, I was kind of like power was my next stat which I was going into, and that's why there's a big power increase there. So plus 189 power, obviously you know that's pretty good. You spam through your powers a little bit more. If you haven't got any power, then your damage is going to go down low. So 189 power, very nice. Plus 10 defense, needed kind of like an extra defense to kind of open up something I can't remember off the top of my head, but yeah, there it is. Plus 195 might. So this is one of the stats which I was looking to improve on. Obviously the might is our orangey yellow numbers whenever we're throwing a power out. To put that into perspective, the difference between a tier 1 DPS chest and a tier 5 DPS chest is only an 84 might difference. So you can kind of see 195 might, it's almost like an extra kind of gear, an extra piece of gear to just thrown on. So 195 might is good. It doesn't seem much, but over a space of a raid, 195 is incredible. It's like it being buffed all the time for the 100 skill point guy. Then we got plus 22 restoration. We're not too worried about that. Plus 62 vitalization. Again, not too worried too much about that. Plus 180 might. Again, precision. Again, one of the stats which we're looking to do. The precision is all of our white numbers, so our weapon damage, and me being Earth. Weapon mastery comes into play a lot, so having plus 180 precision, that damage is going to add up over time as well. Plus 10 toughness, absolutely no need for that, we're not worried about that. Plus 3 dominance, not worried about that either. Obviously our combat rating stayed exactly the same. And the big part is this bit at the bottom, which we're missing from the 100 skill point guy. Plus 24% crit damage and plus 9% critical attack chance, which we're missing. Now, I know what you're thinking. I could have spec'd that first before going into weapon mastery, but the thing is, you've got to kind of, it's difficult to spec 100 skill points because you can't pick anything. You literally need to decide what you want to do. And me being an Earth DPS, like I said, weapon mastery is very, very important. You need weapon mastery to do any kind of type of decent damage as Earth, because your powers are not strong enough. You need to link in your weapon mastery. So my personal goal initially with the 100 skill points was to get weapon mastery, to get my weapon mastery combos in, and then after that I'd spec as much damage as I could. However, if you are someone like Celestial who doesn't use much weapon mastery, I don't know, but a power who doesn't use much weapon mastery, then obviously you would go down, get your critical crit damage and your crit attack chance first. But that being said, if you did do that, your might and precision would be a lot less, because you wouldn't have spec down the trees to get the juicy plus 75 might and plus 75 precision at the bottom of the weapon mastery tree. That kind of make a bit of sense. Probably not for some of you, but it, you know, makes perfect sense to me. So here is the difference, guys. I thought it'd be really, really interesting, and I've been kind of interested to see kind of like the difference between the two, because I'm constantly nagging at people, get your skill points, get your skill points, get your skill points. And here's the difference. You can see the difference here. Anyway, guys, hope you enjoyed the video. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. And that is all.